There we go. That was lovely. Surprise. Okay. Now you're gonna get the ugly view while I get it all set up. Ooh. All right. We had a little technical difficulty with our Facebook Live with our camera. Sometimes when I'll set it up ahead of time, and when you set it up, and I left it for like 5 minutes, so it was all perfect and ready to go, and the screen will freeze, and so you couldn't hear me. Anyways, welcome everybody. I'm Laura West, the Center for Joyful Business. Oh, my little perfectionist is like, you can see the cord. I had it all set up perfectly, but we'll just have to go with where we are. That is actually a good thing, and a good thing to talk about on our today, as we're going to be talking about creative business planning. So I just want to say hello, give a shout out. Hi Barb, welcome. I know it's a little bit earlier over in Colorado where you are. Hi Leslie. Hopefully there's some other folks who are joining us. I think they tried to join earlier before I had to restart. So welcome, glad you're here. I'm video in from Atlanta, Georgia, where we are having this crazy 65-degree day, but we're getting pouring down rain. So hopefully the storms won't come in right when we're doing this. So yeah, today I want to talk to you about creative business planning. And I know it's kind of a funny time. So it's, holiday energy, got lots of mixed energies going on. So there's that holiday energy that you're rushing around and getting presents and eating cookies and, baking cookies and, making plans. And some of you are getting ready to travel. I know my boys are getting ready to leave for skiing tomorrow and in Colorado. So they'll be waving at Barb over there. And then there's this, I kind of want to relax and I kind of want to melt into some rejuvenation energy and some being energy. And then there's that planning energy where you just kind of want to plan. So hi guys. Welcome, glad you're joining us. Please say hi. I'd love to hear where you're from, who you tell me a little bit about you. If I don't know you, say hi. If I do know you, say hi if I don't know you. And so, welcome. Yeah, so there's kind of mixed energies going on, and I know I always start feeling that urge to want to plan. I'm actually used to planning. Back in my corporate days, we would plan in October and November. November was kind of late, actually. And but this for a solopreneur, an individual entrepreneur, this is kind of your timing where you want to start thinking about it. And we can't help but think about, this is a natural time of year where you think about New Year's resolutions or goals. What did I accomplish this year? What would I like to accomplish next year? What do I want to be different in my life? Not just the doing goals, but the being goals. So, yeah, hi guys. So welcome. I know for some of you, business plan, even mentioning business plan brings up kind of this idea of being boring, is what I've heard from a lot of people, or torturous. Put down below. I'd love to hear your comments if you, what is it to you? What does business planning mean to you? Is it kind of exciting? Is it fun? Is it boring? Is it difficult? Is it you can't wait to do it every year? Or is it actually you've never done it before? So I know a lot of you have never quite, kept intending to have a business plan, but have never done that. So I'd love to see your comments below, and I'm just going to double check if I can see those. Yeah, okay. All right, it's a little bit dark in here, so that's because I usually have this beautiful natural light that just streams right in the windows, but as I said earlier, we've got these crazy storms in Atlanta, so it's pretty dark out. But that's okay, because I ordered something on Amazon yesterday that is a little light you can attach to your phone to make it all brighter. So, there's never-ending opportunities to get things from Amazon to be able to help you in your life and in your business. So back to business plans. Yes, I'd love for you to comment below, say hello, tell us what's going on. What are you thinking about with business plans? And hold on, let me just see if I can see your comments there. What I do know from my experience is that when you write things down, and studies show this, I know this from my experience, you know this from your experience, you make a list at the grocery store, you are more, and you bring the list, you remember to bring the list, right? You remember to use it, that's key. The list is only as good if you use it. You go to the grocery store, you are more likely to be successful at the grocery store and get what you want and come back and have what you need to make your dinner or to have your, to have your meals for the week. It's really the same principles, similar principles to a business plan. When you write it down, you make your list, you are more likely to be successful. The key is you got to use it, all right? You can't, creating the business plan and putting it on a shelf is only going to get you so far. And so I'm really passionate about this. So I've actually created a creative business plan, which I'll show you in a few minutes. I want to talk to you a little bit more about business plans first. Please say hello. I'd love to see your comments. For some reason, I'm not able to see any comments, or maybe there aren't any comments yet. But please say hello. Tell us where you're from. We'd love to hear a little bit about you. What I know also from just personal principles of vibration and energy is that what you put your attention on grows. So no different than when you go at the grocery store and you're looking at your list, you're more likely to be successful. But where you put your attention, if you're putting your attention on getting new clients, on creating that product, on finally expanding your business in a way that you've been wanting to, you're more likely to be successful than if you just have a bunch of ideas rummaging around in your brain, which I know, I feel for you. We got to get those ideas out. So, that's really key. One of the things with business plans is that they tend to be a thing that you do and then you put them on a shelf. And I know back in my corporate days, I shared this on the last video, I have done literally participated in thousands of business and marketing plans. And they were huge binders, 6-inch binders that would sit on the shelf, lined up all beautifully. We had 50 malls, so we had a marketing plan, business plan for each. So that was 100 6-inch binders. I'd have a bookcase just for marketing and business plans. And we rarely opened it up unless we were going to refer to a little bit of information, like a statistic or, how big was the mall kind of thing, what was the exact square footage kind of thing. It just wasn't something that we pulled out every day. So I'm really passionate about the plan that you create. You want it to be something that you use every day throughout the whole year. So it's not something you put on the shelf and you say, oh, I'm so excited, yay, here comes a new year. And January comes and you're like, now what? Now what do I do? And I have a lot of clients who say that. They wake up on Monday, they get into work and they're like, get into their office and they're like, now what do I do? And so we want you to have a plan that actually is going to inspire you, but also is going to help you choose your actions so you'll know what to do each day of the week. Hi everybody, so glad you guys are joining us. Please say hello in the comments below. Love for you to say hi. Tell us where you're listening in from. I was going to say calling in from. Where you're listening in from, watching in from. We'd love to have you introduce yourself to the community because we all need to get to know each other because you guys are all really brilliant, creative, what I call big ripplers in the world out there making a difference. So your business plan really should be something where it's not just about, I think a lot of people get worried about creating a business plan for several reasons. One is they think it's going to be boring. I know in my mind, I went to Excel spreadsheets. I had a client yesterday who was like, I start quivering when you start talking about Excel spreadsheets. So we don't want Excel spreadsheets. Unless you like Excel spreadsheets. I actually have one that I create that I use all the time. They think that's going to be hard, and it doesn't have to be hard. It can actually be easy, and it can be fun. Excuse me. And it can be really creative. It could actually be beautiful. Like, wouldn't you like to look at something that's inspiring and makes your heart expand and makes your visual, all your little visual cues jump for joy, and giggle with delight. I know I do, as you can tell from all my fun lights and just the creative way that I like to approach things. And I know you guys are like that too. But sometimes when we get to something like, we say business plan, everybody forgets that, it goes out the window, and they don't, they think they can't bring in creativity to a business plan. When in fact, that's the very thing that you need, because the more creative you allow yourself to be, the more fun you allow yourself to be or to have. And, using markers, using sticky notes, using a mind map circular approach is so much more fun than Excel, just a linear list. and that will actually get your ideas flowing. So that's the very first part about creating a business plan, is that we want to get all that brain clutter, all of those great, fabulous, brilliant ideas, out of your brain. And I'm actually going to touch right here, because this is where lots of times you start narrowing down your forehead, and it's like there's too much in there, right? You're holding on to too much, and they're really brilliant, good ideas. And so we want to have a way to get that brain clutter out, get those ideas out, and then be able to organize them. So you want to be able to organize, sort through those ideas. And then third is to make some decisions. And that's where a lot of creative types have some trouble, because we tend to, we just love our sense of freedom, and usually if you're highly creative, you have a bit of a rebel in you, or you're just an outright renegade. And, we don't want to play by the rules. We want to create our own rules. And that would certainly apply to a business plan. Like, I don't want to do it. I have some clients who are like, you can't make me. They go back to like their 3-year-old, their 3-year-old self. But actually, if you get your ideas out of your brain and put them onto paper and start organizing them, you'll get pretty excited about it. And it will free a lot of energy in your body because you get them out of your brain. It will also give you a sense of relief. And I think this is sometimes the surprising piece, is that everybody thinks, I got to keep it all inside. But when you just pull the ideas out and put them down on paper and look at them, it gives you such a sense of relief that you're capturing the ideas. And then from there, you can decide which ones to do for now. Which ones are you going to do first? Because if you mind map out 12 ideas, you can't always do all 12 ideas. Actually, you really can't do all 12 ideas. It takes too much time, energy, and money to try to get all those ideas, not to mention the whole psychic energy of trying to get 12 ideas going. But you can pick, which idea do I want to commit to now? Which ideas, maybe 3 ideas, do I want to commit to for the next 90 days? And from there, it gives you a relief, because it's not like you're not going to do the other ideas. But right now, this is what you're committing to for your time, your energy, your money, your different types of resources. All right. And then the other thing with business plans that I mentioned is being able to create a business plan that you actually use throughout the year. That's so, so that it doesn't just sit on the shelf and just be locked away, and you get all those ideas out and you make all these great decisions. You come back in January and you're still like, well, what am I going to do? You want something that you can use throughout the year. So I'm going to share with you what I have created that I hope will give you some ideas. I also share with you a way that you can get your own creative business plan. That's what it looks like. And hi everybody, welcome. So glad you're joining us. From the shadowy days of Atlanta with this rainstorm that's coming in. It's actually kind of a thunderstorm. So it always, to me, is odd that we get thunder in December. It always seems strange. We're supposed to get snow, but we won't say that in Atlanta. It starts creating havoc. So your own creative business plan. So this is what it looks like. Yeah. Hi, Regina. Welcome. It's great to see you. I know we're going to be talking later today. It's this idea that for creative types, you have so many ideas that to sit and make a list is sometimes, it's helpful, but sometimes it can be overwhelming, because when we start doing a linear list, we just naturally feel like we need to do things in order. And then we get a little tensed up because they're not in order. And so that's why you want to do more of let me just show you an example, more of a mind map kind of approach. This works especially well for creative types, because it allows you to just flow with the ideas without having to choose, without having to worry about the order. You can go and renumber them and create the order later. So with the creative business planning system, it's actually, it starts out with lots of mind maps. And so you get several different creative tools. This one's the one with the most circles, but this is really a fun one to get started. And this is a celebration mind map. It is amazing how powerful it is to go back, and in this case, you'd fill in each circle, you would put something in there that you know, have gratitude for, and you want to celebrate, or maybe was a milestone for your last year. And, you know, some of my clients would be like, oh, I don't have that many things. There's no rules. You don't have to fill in every circle. But I can tell you that once you start filling in these particular circles, you'll be amazed at how much you forgot. Most people, we get to the end of the year and we say, oh my God, I didn't do this and I didn't do that, and I still haven't written my book, and I never did create that program, and I didn't make as much money as I wanted, and I didn't do this, and didn't, you know, and we're really good at I didn't do this, and look at how I'm not enough. That's the most common limiting belief around. And instead, what if you looked at what you did do? And you will be amazed at the big things, the small things, and just having gratitude and appreciation for things like you know, I forgot, but back in February I bought a brand new, you know, latest version of the iPhone and iPad. And that just made me feel really good. Like I was taking care of my technology needs. I felt up to date. I didn't have to deal with the problems I was dealing with before. It felt like a sign of success. You know, it's things like that that might feel personal to you, might not be a big deal to somebody else. So there's big things, the obvious things, and then there's the small things. And there's also, when you're a solopreneur, and if you're, you know, running your own business, you are the golden egg. Yeah, not the golden egg. You're the golden goose that lays the golden eggs. Hopefully you're not a golden egg. You're ready to be hatched. But the golden goose, you know, you're the one who creates everything. So it's really important that your energy is feeling expansive, that your energy is feeling good, it's feeling positive, it's feeling confident. And, you know, we don't feel like that 24/7, you know. However, when you do this, you're going to be amazed at what you did do and who you were being. And it's really important, where I was going with this, is really important to combine your personal and your business together. Because lots of times your business allows you to do things in your personal life. You know, really, to me, I always look at like your business funds your dreams. And that is, you know, it funds your travel, it funds your kids going to college, building out your basement, you know, it funds being able to go, you know, for me, I love to go speak at a conference or go to a conference and then be able to stay with friends afterwards. And so I love those opportunities. And so being able to put those things in here. Last year I had a goal that I wanted to increase the number of times I went to be by the water. You know, I realized the year before that I was very dehydrated and I hadn't been to the ocean or any sign of water very much. I'd only had a couple of times. And this year I will have gone to some body of water 11 times, which is really cool when you're in Atlanta and you're not always near water. That doesn't include all my river walks that I do in the morning, but where I went on an adventure and went to the ocean or New Orleans or the Gulf Coast or something. So back to business plans. You know, you want it to recognize that you have a life and that that's part of your business plan. You also want to start with the new year, new vision, all right? Making some notes about what do you want the new year to be filled with? And it might be doing things, it might be accomplishments, it might be having experiences, you know, experiences that you want to have, experiences you want to create. I know I'm always trying to create experiences for my boys who are 20 and 16, you know, because that's the most important thing we have right now is creating those experiences together, and they're fewer than they were when they were right here every single day. And that vision is going to help drive the rest of your plan, you know, the different ideas that you have. And so you want to create that. I'm just going to give you the kind of the highlights here. We actually talk about business goals. So it's really important that you look at, you know, what are some of the important business goals that you want to accomplish. And I have a certain way that I do that. In this creative business plan, you get each of these different tools that you can print out, and it comes with a learning video. And they're short videos, you know, they're about 3 minutes to 10 minutes, and they give you a blank copy, tell you how to fill it out, and then I show you an example of one filled out, and they give you lots of ideas for what you might want to put on your own creative business plan. You know, I take you through a process where if you've been in business for a while, you're going to have current products and programs. So you're going to want to look at what you have currently. And a lot of people make this mistake with business plans. They want to go right into, here's all my new ideas, right? The really cool new creative ideas that I have. It's really tempting to do that. But chances are, if you've been in business for a couple of years or more, you have lots of stuff going on already. So you want to bring that out, and it could be different types of services that you offer, different types of products, programs. You might have books, ebooks, online products. You might have physical, tangible products. You might create retreats, workshops. You might have, I saw Marie was on here. She has a women's association here in Atlanta. So you might have all different types of offers. So you want to take a look at those, and then you want to do a little inventory and what needs to be updated, what's running fine, and what needs to be refreshed, and then what needs to be let go of, because sometimes you need to let go of things. And I think that's something that we tend to do, is we hold on to things a little bit too long. So sometimes things have run their course. To be able to let go so that you can create room for the new things. So then you want your new offer ideas. Okay, that's where you get to put in all your cool new ideas. I want to write that book. I want to write the ebook. I want to create a journal. I want to create a new retreat. That's one for me, is I'm playing with, probably not this year, but maybe next year, of doing a retreat in Costa Rica. I'm going to put that out there now. It's on video. Or somewhere like that. So it would be really a fun way of expanding my business, and it's been on my vision for the last couple of years. So it might be time to move it up. So that's about your products and offers, your current ones, your new ones. And then you want to look at your marketing strategies, all right? This is an example of one filled in. What are your current marketing strategies? How are you getting the word out there? So for a lot of you, if you're either just starting, or depending on the type of business you're in, your marketing strategies might be more referral based or networking based. And those might be the two things that you do. And maybe you send out a newsletter, an online e-zine. So you want to take a look at, what are your current marketing strategies? For me, I've been doing this for 17 years, and which is hard to believe. So I have a lot of different marketing strategies. I use a lot of online strategies and a lot of offline strategies. And so I capture those here. So then again, with your current strategies, you can do an inventory, and you can say, what's working, what needs to be refreshed or edited or rebranded, and then what's not working that I need to let go of. All right, and then of course you want to add in your new marketing strategies. Which are the things that you've been, all these great ideas. I want to add a podcast. All right, this is the year where I'm going to create a new free gift to put on my website to help build up my list. And then on most of the pages, I have this, what I call focus first area. And that's to help you pull out of all these ideas, what are the 3 things that you want to work on first, typically over the next 90 days. So you still have all these ideas, and you can do as many as you can get done during the year. I'm always a big believer in, do fewer things and do them more fully, rather than trying to spread yourself thin and trying to do 50 different marketing ideas. And believe me, there are hundreds of different marketing opportunities for you to do. There'd be no lack of those. But you do want to pick, what is it that I'm going to work on first? And so I usually look at that, for me, I usually look at that overlaid with, what are my business goals? And I overlay it with, what really gives me an expansive energy? What feels like I really just want to get this done. I'm right there, I'm ready to do it. Because I'm a big believer that if you're in the flowmentum, then you can create anything. So maybe you're ready to do your new free gift to put on your website. And if you're ready to do that, then when you get that going, you're going to feel so excited, it's going to be easy to update your website. And it's going to be easy to do the next project. So you just want to get in the flowmentum. Hey Heidi, hi Crystal, it's so great to see you guys. Linda, welcome. All right, looking at here's another part of your business plan, your creative business plan, which is called potential joint venture partners. This is really different kinds of partnerships. So as you are looking at expanding your business, one of the ways to expand is looking at how can you partner with other people, other businesses that have access to a different community than you do, or your communities might overlap a little bit. Say if you're a health and wellness coach, then you might want to look at how could I partner with a spa, or maybe a boutique doctor of some sort, or a chiropractor, or a healing center. You might partner with a school or a university or a particular corporate business. Partnerships could also look like partnering with organizations. It could be speaking opportunities. It could be you become, the health and wellness. I know actually a group of women who are the health and well-being council on the, they're the health and well-being council on a local chamber of commerce. And they're doing some really cool things with businesses around health and well-being, which I just think is a really unique approach. All right. Then of course, and I'll give you that look because I know most of you want to kind of run from this one, but we're going to talk about money. And it's really important to talk about money in your business plan, which sounds like an obvious statement, but I know a lot of you that brings up some concern, it brings up some fear, and I have a fun approach to how you do that. It's incredibly, again, where your energy goes and your attention goes is what expands. So if you don't ever talk about money, you don't look at your money, you don't have a projection, an idea of what you'd like to make for this year, then it's never going to go anywhere. That's just the truth. And so I have this unique approach. My clients know this. I've been doing this for years. I talk about an easy goal, a great goal, and a heaven goal. And to me, when we divide it up that way, it's like when you start with easy, people can do that. It's like, oh, I could figure out an easy goal. And then they quickly want to move to the great goal. And then the heaven goal really stretches them. And they think, wow, what if I could do that? And when they go into that what if place, then all of a sudden they start thinking, and we lead you through this, is you think, well, what would I have to do to make that heaven amount of money? Who would I have to be in order for that to happen? And all of a sudden it opens up the gates for all sorts of new creative marketing ideas, new partnerships you might not have thought of. And it also calls you forward to be more of a leader in your business and say, wow, I would really have to be proud of my work, and I would really have to be more visible, and I would have to be willing to share this on a bigger stage to be able to create that heaven goal. So again, all these tools come with the actual tool that you can print off, and you can use it print it off as many times as you want, use it throughout the year, and it comes with a learning module. So I take you through how to fill it out, and then I give you lots of ideas about how to use it. And the money one you can use in a lot of different ways. Obviously you can project, easy, great, and heaven for the year, how much money you want to make in your business, but you can also use that for, say you have a workshop coming up. You can do an easy, great, and heaven goal for the number of people that you'd like to attend. So you can use this in number of products that you want to sell, number of books you want to sell. All right. The next one is what I call your marketing and sales hourglass. And you've probably heard of the marketing funnel. You might have heard of the pyramid, the ice cream cone. There's all different types. But most of those only talk about your offers. And so this is a marketing and sales, and it's a much more feminine approach. As you notice, everything I have here is a more creative, feminine approach. Doesn't mean it's just for women. My male clients love using it too because, they're flowing with their ideas just as much. So you put in your marketing strategies at the top. It all feeds into how are you nurturing those clients, and then you have your different offers at the bottom. Usually starting with something that's a small investment of money and time and working up into something larger. Like starting out with a free ebook or a $10 book, and then working your way up into a workshop or a retreat, or working with you privately, depending on what your business type is. And again, I go through examples of that. Then all this comes together to create, I know you can't see these specifically, but I just want to show you to give you the ideas about these, to create your yearly big project calendar. And this is a calendar for each month where you put in your big rocks, is what I call big projects. If you've heard Stephen Covey, he always talks about you put your big rocks in the vase before you fill in with all these teeny little things that aren't quite as important. The big rocks are what's really important. The big projects are the ones that are going to move your business forward, that are really going to expand you. So if this is the year for your retreats, this is the year for you to get your income up and work with more clients, that needs to be, your big project. If this is a year for you to create that book or that workshop, this year I'm creating a certification program. That's my big, one of my big projects. So you want to make sure that those are on here before you fill in with, all the other, what I like to call candy, the candy ideas. Make sure you get the nutritious meal, the big projects. We're just going to mix all our metaphors today before you start eating all the candy, right? You get all the little fun projects that are really good. You can fill those in. You want to do those fun projects, but you want to make sure that you get those in. I've also created a yearly content planner. This is one of the most requested things that I get from my clients is they want a theme for every year, not every year, every month, as far as what to write about. And so this helps you figure out your themes for the year. What do you want to write about on your blog? Write about articles that you want to share on other websites, you want to share with your e-zine. What do you want to post about on social media? And so you put your different themes in and you line it up with what your big events are, right? So like, for example, obviously I'm doing a lot of promotion for my new product, the Creative Business Plan. So a lot of what I'm writing about, talking about, is around planning. Myths around planning, why creative people have trouble planning, things like that. So that helps you be more organized for the year. It saves you from saying, well, what do I do now? Which is a common problem. It's like, how do I promote my business? How do I expand my business now? Okay. And that is your creative business plan. But wait, there's more. And so again, that piece that I talked about earlier is how does it integrate together? And I have somebody asking, I see a note, somebody's asking, how can you find out more about the Creative Business Plan? You can go to easycreativebusinessplan.com. And if somebody wants to type that in the comments, that would be really fabulous. easycreativebusinessplan.com, and you can find out more about it. It's incredibly, very affordable, and it comes with a couple of virtual planning days as well. That are kind of bonuses. So you can do this totally on your own, and if you want to join with us and do the virtual planning days, it's kind of a fun way of getting this going. But back to your tools. This is the Daily Action Planner, as you can see. All right. And what this does is it takes your yearly plan, and then you look at, okay, well, what am I going to do now? If I said I want to create a new ebook in January, then that helps inform you about what you want to do here in this first week in January. There's also a place for follow-up, because follow-up is incredibly important. Everything actually gets done through follow-ups. Your new clients, speaking events, following up on printing projects, writing projects, everything has some sort of follow-up to it. So there's a special place for follow-up to keep everything moving and keep that focus. And then there's a personal column. Because we all love to run out and, work, we all have things to do in our personal life that we want to remember to do. And then you break it down into, what am I going to do on Monday? Yeah, you put everything in for the week. I like to do this on Monday morning. Some people like Sunday night. And then you say, what am I going to do Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday? And you put things in for the week. Like I know I have certain days that are bigger, heavier coaching days, so I don't usually put a lot of project work in. But then on my other days, like a Monday or a Wednesday or a Friday, that I might have more meetings, more of my to-do list. So that's something that you're going to print off and you're going to use every week. So you're going to make multiple copies of that. Then you have your daily content planner. And this is one that I created because I do use social media quite a bit. I write a lot of articles, blog posts, and it just got kind of overwhelming about where am I posting what and when, and is it in a Facebook group or is it in a Facebook business page, my personal page, LinkedIn group, Instagram. It just gets a bit crazy when you're really using social media to market your business. So this helps you plan it out. It lists your different opportunities, your different groups, and again, you don't have to have it massively filled out with a billion things for it to be useful. You might just be posting on social media 3 times a week, and this would still be helpful to have you remember to do that and have it be a little more intentional instead of just randomly, we all randomly post the pictures of a great meal or we're out with our girlfriends or with our family, but you also want to be intentional about getting some business things out there. All right, then the next section, those are the things you're going to use every day. The next section has several different tools that are they're like creative tools to use throughout your day and your week. One is a marketing idea journal. And so that's capturing ideas throughout the week. You know, you're driving, you always get that really brilliant idea, and you have your marketing idea journal at the next stoplight. You can put your idea on, or when you get to your destination. You know, as you're working with your clients, you're always seeing themes and patterns, resources that you're recommending, and those are things that you can put in your marketing idea journal that you can then write about or talk about on social media. And it's really helpful because when you get ready to go write your newsletter, you don't just sit there and say, God, what should I write about? I have no ideas. You can go to your marketing idea journal and you'll have plenty of ideas, plenty of options. All right. Then we also have brainstorming tools. So you can brainstorm around a project. We have a couple different brainstorming tools you can use for brainstorming article ideas, things like that. We have another tool that's how to take really good notes when you're on a Facebook Live or some sort of training, when you're listening to a TED Talk or you're at a conference. You can capture your ideas in the mind map, and then, or the thoughts in the mind map, the key points, and then you can pull out your ideas and then your action items. And it's really great to have this central location for that, because I know for me, I write on whatever journal I had handy or hotel notepad they gave us, and then those things never get translated into different ideas. So that is the creative business planning system. Again, it's meant, as you can tell, you do your creative business plan. It's meant to be used throughout the year. I highly encourage you, and I talk about different ways in the learning videos, how you can create just short retreats with yourself, you know, meetings with yourself. You go out to a cafe or library or a different part of your house and just spend some time with, you know, like in March, you know, you want to check in with your creative business plan because you're going to rearrange things, you're going to change things. You know, I use this on a daily basis and I'm constantly moving things around. That's part of being the CEO of your business. You can change your mind. I think people really worry about, especially creative types, really worry about, but if I say on March 1st I'm going to launch that program, what if we decide to sell our house and decide to move? Or what if something happens to one of my parents? Or what if, you know, I don't want to, you know, I just want to change my mind, or I get to go on a trip, or we're thinking about going to China, or whatever. All these things come up. You get to change your mind. That's part of being the CEO, goddess, and god of your business. I also talk about how you can put your creative business plan and all your tools in a what I call a disc-bound notebook, so that it's something that you can carry around with you. And a lot of the people, we've got about almost 50 people who are doing this, and they're all excited about creating their journals and their creative marketing plans and sharing ideas on the Facebook group and things like that. If you have any questions about it, feel free to just give me a Facebook message, send me a Facebook message, or put something down below. I'd love for you to join us. We do have 2 bonus retreats. If you get your creative business plan materials now, you can come on the retreat. One of them is next week, Wednesday the 27th. A lot of people like to plan in between Christmas and New Year's. Some of you are gone, that's totally fine. And we have another one that you might want to come to then, that's January 12th. And you don't have to come to one of the retreats in order to use this. There's plenty of ideas, the learning videos. This is something you can do on your own even. Or if we decide to work together in coaching, then certainly, you know, I use this. This is exactly what I use with my clients. Everybody is creating their creative business plans, and then we'll use these tools all throughout the year. All right. Well, thanks so much for joining us. I hope that you will come over and check it out at easycreativebusinessplan.com. And we've got a special going on right now, so we're happy to have you join us. And again, if you have any questions, let me know. All right. Otherwise, I really hope that you have a Merry Christmas, or that you had a wonderful Hanukkah, for those of you who finished celebrating last night. Just really wishing you well in this new year, and just sharing a bit about my passion. You know, I'm really stepping up my game because I'm on a mission to help big ripplers, what I call big ripplers, people who are creating big ripples in the world with positive change, whatever big looks like for you. It might be in your community, your backyard. It might be you're ready to be on a bigger stage. But I'm really passionate about helping big ripplers be more successful. And one of the ways that you can be more successful is to have a plan and know what you're going to work on for the upcoming year and be able to make those decisions and commitments to expand you know, your presence, your influence, your impact, even your income. All right. Thanks everybody for joining me, and happy holidays.